Hello, here's my outfit of the day. Today I'm wearing my black skinny jeans from Jessica Simpson. I got these from Macy's probably a year or so ago. Black top from Old Navy underneath. And this sweater was from a boutique in a local city next to where I live during a food festival that I went to over a year ago. And then I'm wearing these booties here from Nordstrom that I got not last December, but the December before that. So here's my outfit. I will talk to you guys on my way to school. Good morning, it's 7:40 and I'm actually running a little late. This is the latest I've left my house in a while. Obviously I'm not taking my mental health day today because I'm on my way to work. And really the only reason that didn't happen is because I had to leave school right at 3:15 on Friday to make it to my hair appointment. And I didn't even have time to put sub plans together even if I wanted to. So that is why I'm going in today, and I certainly didn't want to go in over the weekend because I just needed a break. So if I was already at a state of like, I need a break, the last thing I wanted to do was to go in over the weekend. So I'm going in today. I'll see how I feel after today. But I do think no matter what, taking a day off is on the horizon because I do just feel like I need to rest and just kind of give myself a break. As far as this morning, I think it's going to be a pretty rough day. It's raining out. There's loud thunder and lightning. And I'm sure if you're a teacher, you already know your kids, anytime the weather changes, especially in Southern California, if it rains, it is like game over to some regards. So to have rain plus loud thunder and lightning is going to make for a very interesting day. We'll be on inclement weather, which means they'll be indoors for recess and lunch. So that always makes it a little bit more challenging. So for today, I'm going to be reviewing a math test that we were supposed to give Friday, but we're going to give it tomorrow. And we're going to continue working on a writing lesson to prepare them for their PLC assessment that we're going to be giving this week. And that's really it as far as what's going to happen today, aside from the library and things like that. My weekend, I did take a little bit of time to rest. I did do a little bit of grading on Saturday. And yesterday I had to kind of pull myself together even though I didn't feel like doing any kind of work. And I recorded all but one of the math videos I want to use in chapter 5 for math. So I was pretty proud of myself for that. But that's all that I did in terms of being productive yesterday. So I am still not 100%. I still definitely need to take some time off. And by time, I mean just a day. And today I wish I would have been able to make sub plans because today is the perfect day for that, with it being rainy and gloomy. It would have just been nice to just stay in the bed and listen to the sounds of rain and not have to go into work today. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So I am gonna drive to school. Maybe I'll show you the rain on the way there since we don't get much of it in Southern California. And I'm sure I will talk to you guys sometime later today. So I'll talk to you later. Bye. It is 3:23 and I walked out the door at 3:15, which is our contract time, and I just had to leave because Today went better than I thought, as far as it wasn't as hard to be at work as I thought it was going to be, but I'm still not quite fully recharged or whatever the case may be. So I'm getting ready to go to happy hour with Liza and Gina, who is a friend of ours that also works at the school. And sadly, I will say this, I was supposed to call in today, but like I said this morning, I didn't have sub plans in place and I didn't want to come in over the weekend to make them. So my intention was to get my sub plans made today, since it was minimum day, and then take tomorrow off. And the more and more I thought about it, the more and more I realized I cannot afford not to be at school right now. So I had a sub lined up and everything, and it's Janet, or Mrs. Meredith, who is Liza's job share partner. So I knew the sub would know what they were doing. They'd be great because she's a part of our 5th grade team. So she was all lined up. I was good, and I was convinced I was not going to go into work tomorrow. But there's just too many things going on that I feel like I need to be there for. So their math test is tomorrow. We're having an in-class spelling bee tomorrow. Play practice for our 5th grade play starts tomorrow, and Mrs. Chu and I are kind of in charge of like the acting and the singing part of that, and I didn't want to leave her kind of out on her own with that. And there's just a lot going on, so I had to cancel my sub. So that mental health day that I had mentally primed and prepared myself for to have tomorrow is not going to happen, and I don't know that it's going to happen this week at all. So one of you, her username is I Am Blessed, and she's on the East Coast. So if you're watching this, hello. She said in her comment yesterday, she said something along the lines of, I have a feeling you're not going to be taking that mental health day anytime soon. And I was very adamant that no, I am going to take it, but it turns out she was right. I'm not taking that mental health day this week. And I probably won't take it next week because I'll already be out next week for a couple of different reasons. So she knows me better than I know myself, apparently. So we're going to the art house just to kind of relax. And then I'll go home and try and get a little bit of work done. Or I may not. My compromise to not taking a mental health day might be just allowing myself to go home and not do any work this evening, or maybe even for a couple evenings this week, just to kind of give myself a break that way. As far as the kids, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. They were on inclement weather, but they still were able to go outside, meaning that they weren't able to play. They were on a walk and talk recess, but they were able to go outside, so they weren't cooped up all day in the classroom. And by the time school started, the thunder had subsided, and everybody pretty much came in very quiet. I think we were all tired for this Monday morning, so they were pretty quiet today, so that was nice. And then let me know what you think of my hair. I don't know if you can tell, but I changed the color, so it's kind of like an auburn color, and I just kept it straight. I was gonna curl it this morning, but I decided just to see what it looks like straight. So I want to give a shout out to my hairdresser, Kente, because I told her I would, and I know she watches these videos, or these vlogs I should say, and she's been a great supporter. So if you need your hair done and you're looking for someone that is in the Los Angeles area, let me know and I can refer you to Kente. She does a great job. I've been going to her since I was in college. So if you like it, thank Kente for me. So anyway, going to happy hour. Sometimes a teacher needs a happy hour, so that's where I'm headed. I probably won't check in with you anymore today because I just want to relax and enjoy my friends and just sit on the couch when I get home. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning. I hope you guys had a great Monday, and I hope you have a great evening. So bye. Good morning. Here's my outfit of the day. Today I am wearing this blazer here that is from H&M. I've had this for a few years. I'm wearing this top that I got from Old Navy earlier this summer, and my black Harper pants from Old Navy. Today I'm wearing my black and white Chucks because it is Red Ribbon Week at our school, and today's theme is drugs won't sneak up on us. So we were encouraged to wear tennis shoes, or sneakers as they said. So that's why I'm wearing tennis shoes with this particular outfit. And then I'm wearing this necklace here. And I don't remember where it came from, so I'm not sure. But that's it. So I'll talk to you guys later. Good afternoon. afternoon, early evening, however you want to look at it. It's about 10 minutes to 5. I'm trying my hardest to get myself together so I can get out of here. Let me show you my current desk area. So I am printing out answer keys to the math test I gave today. Just a random piling of things from throughout the day that are just in different places for different reasons. It's been busy and I'm trying to get out of here. So I'm just gonna get my math test together and start packing up. As far as the day, not too bad. We didn't get much accomplished, but I knew that was gonna happen. They had to take their math test in chapter 4, and that really did take a while. And then they had to finish up their practice narrative before I give them the real PLC writing assignment that we're supposed to give them as a grade level. And both of those took a lot longer than what I thought. I have some kids that are still not done with the practice PLC, and I'm at this crossroads right now because they should be done with it by now. But a lot of them, you see me, a lot of them are not, and I kind of want them to finish it because I would like to look through their practice round of writing a narrative using sources before I give them a real assessment. And I don't know, sorry, I thought the cleaning lady was coming. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that and kind of stay on pace with my teammates. But if I don't do that, it kind of defeats the purpose of the mini lesson that we gave them, because we were supposed to give them a lot of explicit teaching and narrative writing, and then give them a practice assignment where they're given sources and then asked to write a narrative and include those sources. And then as a teacher, we would be able to look at it at their practice one and give them some feedback and let them know if they're on the right track or not, and then give them the real one. So as of right now, the struggle is trying to figure out if I'm going to be able to do that and not be too far behind, because at the end of all of this, those assessments have to be given and I have to have them graded and ready to go for our meeting as a PLC team on November the 4th, which is right around the corner. So that's a little bit stressful. It's also time to start leveling our students again. So that process is starting all over. My Title I aid started today. Hopefully it'll go a little bit faster this time around because everyone is leveled, so we know where we should be starting and we're not having to guess with some of our students. We started play practice today. I wanted to record some of that, but I couldn't. So for the first time today, we took all the 5th graders in the cafeteria. The kids that have speaking parts in the play were told to have their scripts memorized by then. So we have them on stage practicing their lines. We're giving them feedback. And as a grade level, we are practicing singing the songs that go with this play and learning the choreography, if you will. So that also happened today. The stress of the week is that in the midst of all this, in the midst of me trying to finish this PLC writing stuff and just my regular teaching, the regular things that I need to teach them, this is also the week where I'm supposed to be doing a STEM activity with my class. Now this activity is to a certain extent predetermined. It's from a package that our administrators bought, and we have options and we have to go through the pack, or the, I don't know what to call it. We had to choose the lesson from this pack of STEM projects that they purchased. So Cindy, Mrs. Haston, chose one for us after looking at them. And all I know is that at some point this week, I'm supposed to find time to also do that. According to the teachers that have already done it, that activity could take up to an hour and a half. As you can imagine, I don't really have an extra hour and a half in my day. I know that STEM activities are very important. There's no question about that. But it's just bad timing, and I'm very tempted to ask if I can reschedule my class for another time, because it's crazy. It's crazy right now. So sorry, I had to focus on cleaning up. So like I was saying, I'm gonna try and see about, I'm gonna take home the STEM activity tonight to kind of look through and see what I'm supposed to be doing. I honestly haven't looked at it yet, and I just pulled it out from somewhere. Where'd I put it? Oh, here it is. So it comes like this, and I think these are just the different lessons that we had to choose from. So Mrs. Hassan chose from this, and I think we're doing, you know what, I'm not even gonna say. I can't even remember which one she said that we were doing, so I'll probably have to text her tonight to have her remind me. But like I was saying, it's just really bad timing for us because we're already cutting out some class time in 5th grade because we're doing play practice 2 times a week, which we already know is not gonna be enough time. We're practicing Tuesday afternoons and Friday late morning, and it only lasts for about an hour or so. And it's just not enough time to get through the whole play, and so it's always a struggle. So to have that going on and to throw in the STEM activity is just a little overwhelming at this particular moment. So I don't know if I'll ask for more time. I'm tempted to, but we'll see if that happens. As you can see, I still haven't taken that mental health day that I so desperately need. Another reason why I can't take it is because report cards are due next week, which means I need to get my grades finished. And if I'm gonna take this mental health day, I really want it to be a true day of me staying at home, relaxing, do whatever I want, but not doing any kind of work. And at this point, if I took a mental health day, I'd be working, and it would defeat the whole purpose of a mental health day. So that is how my day went for the most part. I'm really trying hard to just kind of grin and bear it because I know that my disposition is not the best right now. You know, I have great friends and they're asking me how I'm doing because they know I've been pretty stressed, and I'm trying to be better, but it's hard. Like I was telling my principal on Friday that when I get to a certain stress level, it's very hard for me to hide the fact that I'm stressed, and I'm kind of at that place. And last year I got to such a level of stress that I physically started breaking out in a rash right along my arms, right there and right there, and I feel like that little rash is coming back, so I need to do something. But that's pretty much it. Oh, and also in all of this, I need to find a way to legitimately teach my class about this whole election process that we're in the middle of. As 5th graders, I think they need to know about it. We have a little little booklet or a reader that we can give them that we got from, I want to say it's Time for Kids or Scholastic, that our principal ordered. I haven't even had a chance to do that, and the election is actually coming up very soon, so just a whole lot going on. My mom was very mad at me when I told her I'm going into work on Tuesday, even though I said I wasn't going to be, and she's like, you need to take a break, you should have taken a rest. And I said, the thing about teaching that is frustrating is you can't just be sick. Like, you can't just call in and say, I'm not coming in today. You have to put in work to not be there. And sometimes being out, the aftermath of you being out makes you being out not even worth it. So I'm just about cleaned up. My desk is looking much better. Here is the after I've put things away. I'm gonna head home, walk the dog, maybe start the math test in terms of grading them, but I know I definitely need to edit a math video that we're gonna need this week. So that was my day today. I am a work in progress right now. I'm trying to get a handle on my stress and my reaction to that. And it's not all just work related. I think work is stressful. There's things in my personal life that sometimes cause me stress. And right now, those two worlds are colliding, and it's making for a challenge. So I will say goodbye for the day here. I hope your Tuesday treated you well, and I will see you Wednesday morning. Have a good evening, everybody. Good morning. Here's my outfit of the day. Today for Red Ribbon Week, it is Superhero Day, and I think the phrase is we're too super to do drugs or something along those lines. So I bought this superhero t-shirt from Target a couple days ago. It was about $13. I'm wearing my wide leg jeans from New York & Company that I've had for many years, my red Chucks, and just a silver bracelet. And I thought I'd wear You can't see it, but you'll see it eventually. Red lipstick to go with my red tennis shoes. So I will talk to you guys in a little while. So that is the sound outside of my classroom right now. And I know last week I told you guys that they were jackhammering right in the middle of my math lesson. That doesn't even show you how loud it was. Like, that's not even quite as loud as what happened last week. Luckily right now it's PE, so I'm in my classroom by myself and my kids are at PE, so it's not disruptive to them. But that's what's going on here at my school with these solar panels. I think they're close to being done though, so it won't be too bad. Just to check in really quick, since that happened, I am spending my time grading my students' practice narrative writing before we give them the assessment that we decided upon as a grade level. Some of my kids have started the actual assessment because I've been able to read through their practice narrative, which was titled Paddling to Paradise, and give them some feedback, and some of them are still in the middle of that. So I just wanted to show you what I think I'm going to be doing this year in terms of grading writing. I think I'm going to be primarily grading it through Google Classroom. So in years past, I was very hesitant to allow kids to do rough drafts on their Chromebooks. I was really hesitant to let them type on their Chromebooks because I felt like some kids get so excited by the thought of using their Chromebook that they wouldn't really put forth any effort. One second. That was Mrs. Haston. We were talking about scheduling our STEM activity because each of us have to go into the same classroom to do the STEM activity, so we have to coordinate schedules. But anyway, so I think I was saying I was very hesitant to have kids type things on Google Classroom because I felt, or on their Chromebook, not even Google Classroom, just on their Chromebooks, period, because I felt like kids would just not put forth the effort in writing because they would be so excited to use their Chromebooks. So I rarely even had them type things up last year. But I have done a couple of assignments through Google Classroom this year, as I've mentioned, and what I do like about it is much easier for me to grade and give feedback. So they wrote their Paddling to Paradise narrative, which is their practice round. So I've been reading them, giving them some feedback, so they at least have that going into the actual PLC assessment. So if you haven't used that before, so this is a student's assignment. I just need to make sure my information's not on it. So here's her story, and anywhere you see highlights, these are parts of, let me find one. These are parts of the story that I've made comments on, and my comments are listed there. So it just seems to go a little bit faster for me that way, which I like. And I do like the idea that I think once they submit it this way, these assignments will always be on Google Classroom. I'm not 100% sure. So that is what I'm doing. I will say it's been quite a bit of a task reading through all these stories. And I will admit I'm feeling a little nervous because I would say a good portion of my kids are still not fully responding to a prompt when they are given very specific directions on what to write, what to include. So in this particular prompt, they were given two things to read that we read together. There was a very short story called Paddling to Paradise, and then there was a poem called Room for Thought. And in both the poem and the story, the speaker encounters an eagle, and it's just kind of like this peaceful experience, and they're in awe of the eagle, and that's the gist of both pieces of text. So their writing prompt asked them to, I'm trying to find the paper. Well, of course I can't find it, but the writing prompt, here it is. So this was Paddling to Paradise. So it was a very short story, and then this was the poem. So the prompt says, imagine that the narrator of the story and the speaker of the poem have visited the same river and have seen the same eagles. Write a sequel to the story Paddling to Paradise in which they meet and discuss their experiences, give them names and include dialogue, base their discussion on the details in the story Paddling to Paradise and the poem Room for Thought. Most of what I read so far is the kids base a lot of their writing on Paddling to Paradise, I think because they're writing a sequel to that, which is fine. And very little information from the poem Room for Thought. And I don't think very many of them include the speaker from the poem and Room for Thought. They put themselves in the story. And even if they're putting themselves in the story to say that maybe they were the speaker in the poem Room for Thought, it's not clear in the story. Like, they don't really reference the poem at all. So I'm a little nervous about how they're gonna do on the actual assessment. And this assignment was given after a lot of explicit instruction narrative writing, but at the same time, it is kind of a tough task for them to A, write a story and have an appropriate format of their story, and B, read 2 sources and somehow learn how to incorporate what they've read in their sources into their story. So that is what I am currently working on. I am gonna be totally honest with you. Every day this week, I am really putting on a face and just forcing myself to get through the day. I can't really describe it, but I just feel, I don't feel great on the inside. So even when I'm vlogging, like, I know I'm smiling and I probably seem fine. On the inside, it's been kind of a struggle this week, like just really to get motivated. Every morning I wake up and have to like basically pep talk myself out of bed to get to work. I think it's just, it is that time of the year. And I think it's crazy that just last week I had that feeling of like, I got it, I'm on. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I feel great, and just in a matter of days I have the complete opposite feeling. I feel completely overwhelmed, completely underwater, like I cannot see light at the end of the tunnel, and I don't know how I'm gonna get through the next week or so because we have this whole PLC thing going on. This morning I had a Kagan observation that was very informal, but that was still something I had to make sure I was prepared for. Tomorrow I have to go after school to help hang things at the district office for the bulletin board. Monday we have an in-service. Tuesday I'll be out because we have a training. Report cards are due next Wednesday. And yeah, so just a lot. So since I wanted to document the sound of jackhammering outside of my class and tell you that that just is a taste of how loud it was initially last week, I thought I would just kind of do a check to see, or a check to tell you how my day is going thus far. So right now it is 2 o'clock on the dot. I have to get the kids in 20 minutes, so I'm gonna keep grading these writing assessments, and I will talk to you later. Okay, 3:56, I'm heading home. It's pretty early for me, but because this week has been a little bit of a struggle, I am deciding that I'm going to allow myself to leave a little bit early. Not only that, excuse me while I maneuver out of this playground because I'm in between a basketball court and another person's car. Not only that, but I also need to edit and upload a math video that my class is going to need for tomorrow. So I need to kind of get home early to get that done. So when I get home, that's after I walk Genesis, I'm going to be doing that. And then I need to look at the STEM activity that I'm doing tomorrow. My dad will be volunteering in my classroom tomorrow. We have a program called Watchdogs at my school that I think I mentioned once before. And it's where dads of current students come and they volunteer in their child's classroom for a little while, but they also visit several other classes throughout the day. And so when I heard about the program, I thought it was something my dad would be interested in doing because he likes to help out and get involved with kids, and he said yes. So this, I think, is his 3rd year doing it, And it's just interesting because I think it gave him a whole new perspective on what teaching is, and gave him a whole new appreciation for the job. And he's like a little celebrity around my school. My kids get really excited when he comes, and especially the younger kids, the ones in kindergarten, because my dad has this very interesting mustache that I'm sure you will see. He's been in a video before, but I don't know if you saw him, but the little kids in kindergarten really like him. And now little kids that I've never met before come up to me and say, "Oh, I know your dad," and they're so excited about it. So tomorrow will be his first day in my class, and he will be helping me with the STEM activity that we have arranged. So I need to read over the lesson for that so I'm prepared. And I'm going to try and take it easy. Just relax and continue to work on getting out of this little funk that I have. In addition to all of the craziness, I think I said report cards are due, and we just learned that the format of our report cards have changed, and the jury is out on as to whether or not the report cards have become easier or more complicated. One thing we know is that the report cards will now be printed on 2 pages as opposed to 1 page. And we also have pre-filled comments. I guess it sounds like there's a drop-down menu where you can select comments to put on the report card, which could be a good thing depending on how you look at it. But you do still have the ability to make your own comments, from what I understand. I'm not sure which way I will go, because I never really had too much of a problem making my own comments on report cards, because way back when I found this very helpful little booklet that has just a variety of comments that you could use on report cards, and they always help me out so that I can make sure I get my point across, but in a very professional way. But still, the fact that the report cards are new is a little bit stress-inducing. So I love the district that I work for. I feel very fortunate to work in this district, but right now I don't understand why they've given us so many new things all at once. Like, nothing feels familiar. So that part is a little frustrating. So my friend Heather, who teaches first, was asking me if I thought it was going to make report cards easier or more difficult, and I said technically I'm sure this is going to make them easier, but it's just going to feel more difficult given the stress that everybody's already under with just trying to adjust to a new curriculum this year. So we'll see. But anyway, that's about it. I am gonna go walk my dog, unwind, hopefully have no issues uploading this video. I know I'm having internet issues, but my hope is that because these videos are pretty short, that I'll be able to successfully upload it from iMovie to YouTube with no problem. And if I do have a problem, I don't know what's going to happen. My kids won't have that video for tomorrow's math lesson, and that will be quite frustrating if that ends up being what happens. So you guys keep your fingers crossed for me. So that's it. I'm on my way home. I'll be there in a few minutes, and I hope you guys had a great Wednesday. And thank you all. I read your comments and I try my hardest. I think I've done a pretty good job so far responding to everyone, and it is just very reassuring to know that you guys are feeling just as stressed as I am sometimes, and I'm not out there, or your words of encouragement are really, really great. So thank you for that. I was reading one person's comment last night. Her name is Kitty, I think. I'm not going to say her first and last name just in case, but her name is Kitty, and she wrote this just very humorous comment. She told me I should take a mental health week. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but I do like the sound of it. But she just really added some levity to the stressful life of a teacher and how I was feeling at that particular time. So Kitty, if you're watching, I want to say thank you for that. I really did laugh out loud for that one. I needed it. So have a great rest of your day, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Bye. Good morning. Here's my outfit of the day. We are still celebrating Red Ribbon Week, so this morning, or today I should say, we were asked to wear red. So I'm wearing a red t-shirt with some jeans, and I'm wearing these Steve Madden tennis shoes that I got on clearance at Nordstrom a while ago. I'm also wearing my black and gold watch and the gold chain bracelet that I have, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty basic, so I will talk to you guys later. So it is just before 8. I am in a different classroom. I am in room 24, which is the room that we have our staff meetings in. And I'm just looking around to make sure our school name is not anywhere before I show it to you. So here is our staff room, or this is just an empty classroom where we have meetings. So we are doing a STEM project today, which is called Quake Safe, and these are kits that our administrators bought for us. So these are all the STEM kits that they bought, and each kit comes, or each kit represents a different STEM activity. So the first one my grade level is deciding to do is this one here. It's called Quake Safe, and it's pretty mapped out for you. So here are the lesson, or here is the lesson plan, I should say. So it just kind of walks you through what they're doing, and basically what the kids are going to do is build a structure that they believe will be earthquake safe, and through trial and error we'll test it on a little mount to see if their structure that they have built can last the duration of 20 cranks on like a little platform, and it'll make sense when I record how they test it. So I just came in to set things up. I got here a little bit early. I got in at about 7:15, and I wanted to come in because I wanted to find a brain pop video that talked about earthquakes, which I found. And Mrs. Meredith, who is Liza's job share partner, also found a YouTube video that goes over structures and how they manage through earthquakes. So she's going to be sharing that with me. So when I walked in here, Mrs. Meredith was already in here because she is a go-getter, and she set up the kits for me. So basically the kids will be working in groups of 3 to 4. And she didn't set up the kits for me. Really, her class is doing this also today, but after mine. So she was coming in to get everything set up for herself, but I will be doing it first. So it's kind of nice that I didn't have to get that done. And then I came in and put the questions up on the board that I know I need to ask throughout the process. So here are some planning questions that I will be asking them as they design their structure, like how tall, how wide and deep is the building going to be? What points are the strongest? What points are the weakest? Did you include any special features that will allow the building to remain standing? And then they will be building their structures in groups of 3 or 4. And then before or after they tested on the little testing apparatus, I'll call it for right now, I will then ask them these questions. Where did you see the most movement? How did the building fall? Did it twist? Did it come apart? Did it collapse? And what part of the building broke first? So my dad will be here doing his watchdog activity today. My mom is also here because she comes on Thursdays, and I'm gonna have him help me out with this because this is right up his alley. He has an architectural and design background, so he will be here assisting, so it should be fun for him. Hopefully I can show you guys what it looks like without showing the kids' faces. So that is how I've spent my morning. I'm getting ready to go to the office and make my little breakfast cup and get ready for the day. I am feeling better today, I will say that. I don't feel quite as down, but I am failing at the gym. It is Thursday. I have been to the gym once this week. Monday I didn't go because it was thunder and lightning and I didn't want to deal with it. Tuesday I went. Yesterday morning I woke up to the alarm and just said I'm not going. And then today I didn't go because I wanted to make sure I got here early to make sure I had all this stuff set up. So I'm disappointed in myself, but what can you do? So I will talk to you guys later on.
Just come up with a good plan of being able to put something on the bottom that will be able to strap between these two things.
I'm trying to make it like that.
But you got to make sure that that can attach to the base.
Yeah, he's making something so that will work.
Where do you well, how is it, like, show him how it's going to attach? Because I think what my dad is saying, you have that wound very tight.
In the middle.
So how are you going to get the base sticks between that?
We're going to put this, and then we're going to put one right here, and then one right here, and then we're going to put it inside of it. Well, I want you to hold it. And we also have this extra piece that we kind of want to put some little rubber bands in the base that can kind of hold it hold this through
So,
the base.
let me ask you a question. Where's the weak point? Yeah, so what you need to do is come up with something to strengthen that weakest part.
No, take one away. Okay, so we're good. So, like, what if you like double layer how you said, and then try to with like that. That's impossible. Double layer. Yeah, double. Oh, this is that. Wait, are you
You guys have about 30 minutes or so.
Can I do the pyramid top? Can I do the pyramid top? I can't look! Can I spin it?
No, he's gonna do it. You guys are gonna count him to 20 though. Get off the chair. Okay. Okay. He's gonna do 20. You guys are counting 20. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good morning. Here's my outfit of the day. Today we are wearing orange and black since Halloween is on Monday. We do not let our students dress up for school, so we call it Orange and Black Day, and then we have Fall Festival and they can wear their costumes there. So I'm just wearing an orange top that I got from Target years ago. I have another black tank top underneath. I'm wearing these black jeans from Old Navy, this black cardigan from Old Navy that I bought earlier this summer. This is my first time wearing it, and then I'm wearing the same Steve Madden tennis shoes that I had on yesterday, and my necklace that has my name on it, and my black and gold Michael Kors watch. So, not my favorite outfit, but this is what we have to wear today, so this is it. I'll talk to you later. It's 8:40. My class is currently at PE. We normally have PE at 1:30 on Fridays, but because there was a chance of rain, and I think we're trying to accommodate for the PTO moms who need to set up Fall Festival for tonight, we are having PE in the morning, which kind of throws our whole day off because we were supposed to have it later in the day. Also, today at 10 o'clock, we are having a district visit where administrators at the district level come by, visit our site, they walk around to each classroom, they come in, kind of see what you're doing in that moment, and then they leave. In the beginning of my teaching career, I used to get very stressed about those visits, and then I realized the last thing I want to do when they show up is put on a dog and pony show. So typically, I don't do anything special or alter my schedule in any way to accommodate for them coming, because I think that is more uncomfortable to me, for me to be pretending like this is what I would be doing at this time, as opposed to just doing what I'm doing. And I feel comfortable and confident in what I'm doing, so I really just want them to come in and see the reality of what my day is, and not put on a production of what I think they think my day should look like. So they're coming at 10. I will probably be teaching math, so they'll just see that. As far as today, it's a little hectic with the change in PE schedule, because that also messed us up with when we were planning to do play practice. So instead of doing play practice in the morning like we thought we were, we're gonna be doing that in the afternoon, and we can't afford to skip play practice because it takes quite a bit of effort to get the kids where we need them to be by the time performances come. So what I'm getting ready to do right now during my prep period is I'm going to grade these math tests. I have started them. I've graded the first 2 pages of everybody's math test, and I still have a few more pages to go for each. I don't know how you guys grade, but when I grade the math test, I like to just grade everybody's first page, then everybody's second page, and so on. It's just more efficient for me, but I don't know. What do you guys do when you grade? Do you grade do you grade one whole test at a time, or do you grade it page by page? Let me know. So yeah, that's it. It's Friday. It's Orange and Black Day for us. Like I said, the kids are not allowed to dress up at school, but we do have Fall Festival tonight, and that's where they wear their costumes. So I will be working Fall Festival for a couple hours, and so our PTO moms are here today, gonna be getting that ready. It's Scarecrow Day in kindergarten, so all the kindergartners dress up as scarecrows, and the kindergarten teachers. But us old people in the upper grades beyond kinder, we don't get to do something cute like that. But anyway, so I don't have anything big and elaborate planned for my class in terms of Halloween. Number one, they did not earn the party. They have not filled up their bucket yet, so we don't have a full-blown planned party. But a couple parents brought in some treats that I'm gonna give to them. My mom also brought in some candy for me to give to them, and maybe I'll read them a Halloween book if we have time. And that's the sad part, is this always happens to me when days like Halloween come up. I don't even think ahead of time to plan a party, because I'm so focused on like the teaching that I'm trying to get through, that it's almost as if these days creep up on me. So they'll get something. It just won't be anything super elaborate. So I told them maybe we can shoot for a Thanksgiving party or a Christmas party. I don't know. So I'm getting ready to start grading these, or continue to work on grading these math tests. I just want to check in. I will talk to you guys a little bit later in the day. Bye.
Just making some funnel cakes on a Friday night. It's Fall Festival. Mrs. Hermio's filming for me. Heather's running funnel cakes. I'm running the funnel cakes in there. The popcorn. Yeah. Say hi, Heather. It's 7:07 p.m. I just finished working a very long shift at Fall Festival. I was supposed to work 3 to 5,
but I'm just now leaving because I got trapped in the funnel cake zone with Heather or Miss Ward. So take a look at my pants. This here is the aftermath of my funnel cake station work. So I'm getting ready to go home right now. I need to get home, feed Genesis. I haven't been home all day. As I walk out, I'll try and show you what it looks like, but it's pretty dark because our lights went out. So I'm officially done with the first trimester of school. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how would I rate it? I would rate it as maybe probably a 6, and that might be generous. It has been a very tough first trimester. Everything is new, as I said, in terms of new curriculum. Our report cards are new. We've gotten a little bit more information about what those are gonna look like, and it sounds like they might be a little bit more complicated, like truly more complicated to get completed. So I'm gonna give it a 6. If I were to look on the bright side and say what are some good things that have come out of it, I've gotten more consistent with my guided reading groups. I feel like my class is on the path to functioning the way I would like. I survived the first trimester. I'm 1/3 of the school year down. And what else can I say? That's really it. It's been more challenging than anything, but I made it, and in the process I think I've stayed fairly positive given the challenges. I think I've accomplished some things. There's another good thing. I actually got some quotes up on the wall this week. So I started this bulletin board at the beginning of the school year, and I had only one quote for the longest time, and it was my quote, but I got some quotes up yesterday from my students. So that made me happy, but I'm getting ready to head out to attempt to wrap up the vlog for the week here, because I was vlogging, but then one of my former students walked in and her friend from last year, and then we started talking, and they just got excited because they realized I was vlogging, and then it turned into this whole conversation and all of that. So to wrap up my first trimester, because it is now officially over, I think what I was saying before that happened was, if I were to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably rate my first trimester a 6, just because it was a challenge. It was probably my most challenging first trimester ever. I don't know if I could say it's been my most challenging trimester period, but definitely my most challenging first trimester ever. What made it so challenging was just having a whole new language arts curriculum, and that was very overwhelming, and it still kind of is to a certain point, but I think I've gotten to a place with Wonders where I am starting to make some independent choices for myself. Like, I'm having to make some decisions that work best for me as a teacher and as my class. And I was kind of hoping to show you where I'm at with Wonders at this point, since we're a full trimester in, but that didn't work because this week we've been doing a lot of writing for PLC, like getting that all wrapped up. But for the most part, I stopped using ConnectEd, or stopped following ConnectEd to a T, and ConnectEd is the online component to Wonders, because it's just overwhelming. There's way too many things that they're trying to have you do in the course of a day. So I've made some decisions there, but it's still a work in progress with Wonders. My class is a little bit more challenging this year because I have some very active boys, and just the dynamic of those boys sometimes can be a bit much. I just realized I got on my couch and I have powdered sugar all on my jeans. Let's hope I don't make a mess on my couch. But there were some bright things about this trimester. So like I said, got my guided reading under control, or more under control. It's more consistent. I've started Reader's Workshop. We're still very early in that process, and it's a slow start, but I've started. And I survived the first trimester. I am 1/3 of the way done with the school year, and that is good. So I am going to go upstairs, get comfortable, take a shower, put on some pajamas, eat my leftovers, and put this vlog together for you guys to watch on Sunday. So thank you so much to those of you who have been with me since the very first vlog, my very first contract day for this school year. We have made it through a trimester together. If you're a teacher out there, I hope your first trimester ends well, because I know all of us are getting close to that point where it's ending. And let's hope that next trimester just is a little bit more smoother. Is that a word? Runs a little bit more smoothly for me. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, thank you for all of your support. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Sorry, I just feel like I look very sweaty right now from funnel cake work. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already done so, and share these vlogs with your teacher friends or friends that like vlogs. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you Monday morning, the start of a new trimester for me. Have a great weekend, everybody. Good night, and see you later. We hope that you guys is, oh, and there's a staff meeting today. Yay!
I can't even believe you're saying that.
So, all about that. Hopefully you guys' hump day is going better than ours.
Happy hump day.
Have a good
Happy hump day.
one. Bye.